Your Honor, at this point in time, I'm going to move on to another area, and we have transcripts to pass out. Let me see.
The items 237 through 242, different area?
No, this is another set. Did you also review approximately 16 different calls, jail calls, as we talked about last Friday, that were made between the defendant and Robert Baker through third parties?
Yes.
And some of those calls were through an attorney you mentioned as Howard Lynch, correct?
Correct.
Subsequent to the calls between the defendant and Baker through Howard Lynch's office, did you then find additional calls between the defendant and Baker through another third party?
I did.
And who was that? According to what the two of them discussed.
Correct. It was Robert Baker's sister. At least he called her a sister. I don't believe it's an actual blood sister. And her name was April.
Okay. Your Honor, for the audio portion, that is, I believe, contained as well on the flash drive that we previously marked as Exhibit 158. And then we have a transcript compilation of some of these calls. May it be marked as People's 244?
45.
Thank
Yes.
you. And at this time, may I pass out those transcripts?
Yes, and the same admonition as all transcript applies.
There's a good chance if anything ever comes up that my girlfriend, who is also my primey, may call you and leave a message by chance.
Okay.
That may happen. She'll either call directly. She has a calling card, I think, because she's well taken care of. When guys like me are just barely making it, but that's fine. It's all well and good. She may even leave a message if by chance if you guys pick up. And if I call, I'm gonna try to call like every Friday when I know you're there. Now that I know you're there, just to check in.
Okay.
Okay. And
What's her name?
her name is Monica Sementilli. If you Google my name and her name, it'll come up together. The whole case will pop up in the newspapers. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll know. So it won't be a surprise name. She's my girlfriend. She's my prime. We don't talk about the case, but she may leave information about the family.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sheila, I love you guys. Thank you. I will try to call back soon.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Now, was this one of the calls that you identified as going through Howard Lynch's law office to his secretary, Sheila?
Yes.
And what is a crimey?
It's somebody that, somebody typically that you commit a crime with. And a lot of times in cases, defendants will refer to people they're arrested with in a case, they're in a case together as their crimey.
Would this be an example of what you were discussing last week, where the defendant and Robert Baker set up a way to communicate directly to one another through a third party?
It's overruled.
Yes, where they would call in and leave messages for each other through a third party.
And you said that's how it started out, correct?
Correct.
And then later it progressed to actually being able to talk on the phone to one another.
Yes.
Correct.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, hi. Can I speak to Howard?
Hold on 1 minute. Hello.
Hi, Howard.
Hi, Amanda.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I'm just checking in and making sure everything's okay.
What do you mean?
Did he check in with you already?
Who?
Our friend at Wayside.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I tried calling yesterday a few times. I just, but of course it's a different name, so I wasn't sure if you realized I was calling.
No, I didn't know it was you.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, well, if he calls back, I just want to leave a message for him.
Okay.
So, I'm good, I'm strong, just, waiting. I haven't been getting that much mail. I think they're taking it, or I know they're taking it.
So
And
we're definitely taking it.
yeah, they're going to use it. So, there's a lot of things, that, not appropriate for my, family or children to see, which they probably will. And I already sent him a letter, so if you could just tell him to stop with the whole...
This call is being recorded.
Just tell him to hold on to the chapters.
The
And,
chapters?
yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. Say, hold on to the chapters because I can't have my kids seeing those. And, he's going to get some letters from my friends here, from pen pals, so he can write back, like personal letters to those addresses, but no more chapters for now. He should understand what I'm talking about.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
How's he doing?
Good. He's, in light of everything, he's doing okay.
Yeah.
I sent him some bugs, put money on his bugs. He's doing okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, that's good to hear. So just tell him that I'm still going on 10 p.m. every night. Just tell him that.
You're still going at 10 p.m.?
10 p.m. every night. He knows what that means.
Okay.
And I love him. And I will, I guess I'll call back in a few days.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay?
Okay, I'll relay the message.
Okay, thank you. I'll talk to you
You're
soon.
welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you recognize who the caller was?
Yes,
Whose voice was that?
Monica Sementilli.
And again, in this particular call, she asked to speak to Howard. Was this again one of the phone calls made through Howard Lynch's law office?
It was.
And when she referred to our friend at Wayside, what is Wayside?
It's Pitchess, actually. It's a detention center, Los Angeles County Detention Center up in Castaic.
The location where we talked about last week, where Baker was housed for a period of time?
Correct.
Okay. And in this, where she talks about not getting her mail because she knew that they were taking it, is this, again, a subject of communication between the defendant and Baker to try to get around that process?
Yes.
And in some of the jail mail, as well as some of the selected ones that we looked at on the overhead, 10 p.m. is a particular time that was referred to between them?
Yes, 10 and then 9.
It changed at some point?
Yes.
Okay. And so this call, is that an example of what you were describing to us last week, of both the defendant and Robert Baker calling in through a third party and leaving messages directly for one another?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I got a call yesterday.
From?
And somebody told me to tell you to hold on to the chapters.
Okay, got it.
And you may be getting a letter from some friends down in jail.
Oh, okay, got it.
To respond to that. And,
Got it. Good, thank you.
Still going at 10 p.m. every night.
Okay. All right, man.
And hanging strong and much luck. for you.
That's cool, man. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I hate to, do this to you, but, yeah. Just let everybody know that, I'm going to try to call once a week and check in with you to see if there's any updates.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, did you recognize the person's voice who called in on this particular call?
Yes,
And who was that?
that's Robert Baker.
Okay, and again, would that be the same voice person that we heard in the last call, which is the voice of Howard Lynch?
Correct.
Again, referencing what the defendant said when she called in the prior call.
Correct.
Okay, and in the last call, we also heard there was some type of a recorded warning.
Yes.
What is that?
That comes on very frequently. Throughout the call, there's a warning at the initial call that you're being recorded, and then it comes on frequently during the conversation to remind the callers that they're being recorded.
And that is an automated warning that goes out on every jail call?
Every jail call.
Okay, thank you.
And tell my friend who called you that she should answer best way she can what I've sent her. She'll probably get it.
Got it.
So and maybe even let her know that what my next court date is, because maybe she has no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I think that person was taken in there strong, and definitely was seemed like having your back.
Yeah, well, that goes both ways, man. It goes both ways. It goes both ways, no doubt. It goes both ways. Ain't nothing changed on my side. So yeah, and definitely make that known.
Okay, sure.
All right. And did you recognize, once again, the voice of the person who called in?
Yes,
And who is that?
that was Robert Baker.
Okay, and again, is he speaking to the same individual we've heard now in the last few calls, Howard Lynch?
He is.
All right. And when he says, tell my friend who calls you, she should answer the best way she can what I sent her, in terms of being sent things, is this through the mail service where inmates are able to send mail to individuals outside of the jail system?
Yes.
And what does it mean when an individual who's in custody says they had somebody's back?
I got your back. I'm going to protect you.
It's overruled.
Go ahead.
It's basically like a way to say I'm going to protect that person. They're going to protect me. A lot of times when they're in custody, it means, especially in a case where they're co-defendants on a case, that they're going to basically not give information on one another.
Is that sometimes referred to as cooperating with law enforcement or rolling on their crime partner?
Objection, reading calls for conclusion of hearing.
Overruled on all grounds.
Yes.
All right.
Hello?
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm hanging in there.
Good.
Yeah, I just got some return mail today. I sent so much over to him, and I don't think he's getting it, but I got a couple returned to me. Something was wrong with the module number, so I just resent them all. If you could pass on the message, because he's probably waiting for my mail, and I don't think he's getting it.
Okay. Okay. I'll let them know.
Okay, has he called in?
Yes.
Okay.
And talked to him briefly yesterday.
Okay.
So, he's figuring out what he wants to do with his lawyers.
Okay.
This call is being recorded.
I had to get off the phone quicker because I was with a client.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. I think he has. There's a new one, but I heard it was pretty good. Is that the case?
No, he hasn't heard from anybody. He's not too happy about that.
Oh, I was told. My lawyer had spoken to him and said he was a pretty good guy, so I didn't know.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Something about them working together. I'm not completely sure because I haven't seen mine. He's coming this week, so.
Okay.
So far things are working out, as far as I know, officially. So yeah.
Good.
I just wanted to let him know that, but it's hard because I don't think they're giving him any of his mail.
You know what? When he calls in, and he'll probably call me today, I'll find out if he's gotten anything.
Yeah, I just found I resent another 3 that were returned. I think I sent 7 altogether in the last 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, because according to his mail, he doesn't think I'm sending anything. He's obviously not getting it, so. Yeah. But I heard things are working out, and the important piece of information he was asking me about, I'm told that that's being worked on, and it's what we expected it to be. So it's all good.
Right, worked on.
Yeah. So I don't know, kind of good news, but bad news. Get to staying here for a little while longer.
Yeah, well, you know what? Just gotta hang in there. These type of cases, these are just,
Yeah.
gotta be tough.
Okay, well, I hope he does call today. And again, just, always thinking of him, and I love him, and I hope he stays strong, because I am, or I'm really trying to.
Good, good. Know that he's always been with this guy. All right.
Anyway, I'll probably come in a few days, or maybe at the end of the week.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Once again, did you recognize the individual, the female voice that called in?
Yes,
And who is that?
Monica Sementilli.
Okay. And is this, who was on the other end of the line that she was speaking to, the male?
Howard Lynch.
And was this, again, another message where they are calling in through Lynch, who's passing out their messages to one another?
Correct.
Now, after this call, were there multiple calls in the days following that followed the same pattern as we saw here?
Yes.
When we heard the defendant talk about sending 7 in the last 2.5 weeks, do you know what they're referring to?
Letters.
Again,
Jail mail.
jail mail. Is jail mail, is that when it's sent between inmates, is there a term for that?
Sometimes it's referred to as a kite.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Rob. Hey, man. Sorry to barge in on the cyborg training.
Well, just trying to get shit done over here, man.
I know, man.
They're just hitting me up like on my cell phone, on my arm. I mean, she's hitting me up like.
Because you're the only connection we have, man.
Okay, but see, one of the problems I'm having though is I don't want to have any issues, down the road.
No, I know.
Any personal issues, So I'm a little conflicted there. Hey, yeah. It is, sometimes I don't mind, but, I I just don't want to have any repercussions come back to me.
No, I know. I already know what it is. I already know. I'm working on that. This is someone else who's definitely in either one of our circles. So that would stop that because she already knows that I trust a certain amount of people, and obviously, you are definitely one of them. So yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just trying to make sure that I get it.
Right.
I get it because I know everyone's doing the same thing.
This call is being recorded.
They got everyone running scared.
Right. Yeah.
I know, because you know how they play this game.
Right.
So, yeah, man. But I know, man. I'm hopefully in the next couple of days or so, I'll have an alternate way of doing this, so that way that one won't be an issue.
Okay. Good.
But if she's trying to if she gonna get a hold of you, it's something important.
Yeah. Well, she called myself, but that's when I'm in court. I don't answer the phone while I'm in court.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even know till afterwards. She called.
Did she tell you what it was?
No. Just this other. She called.
Oh shit! I can only imagine what it could be. She kind of hit me up on something and just said that there was something coming down the pipe that kind of like that would kind of like shed light on this whole thing.
Oh, good.
So that's what I think she's trying to get a hold of you for, to let me know that it may have happened or whatever the hell is going on, because I have no idea what it was. Did you manage to talk to her at all?
No.
Oh shit! Not the last couple of days. Okay, that's weird.
So, I mean, if she calls her with a client, I can't, I don't.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Can you explain to us what we just heard in this portion?
So this is a conversation, again, Robert Baker with Howard Lynch, and he's obviously concerned. Monica is reaching out to him a lot, it seems, on his cell phone and his office phone, and he knows, I think, ethically that is an issue.
And so that's where he said, Mr. Lynch said, that he doesn't want to have any personal repercussions.
Correct.
Okay. And so in this particular call, we heard Baker talking about finding an alternative path for them to communicate, and what did that turn out to be?
It turned out to be a series of, one of them was...
Well, there's no foundation for
At this point, that's true.
Okay. We'll play the next one and talk after that.
Okay.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hey, babe.
Oh my God. I can't believe I'm talking to you.
My wife and my sister make miracles happen, babe.
Oh my God. I miss you so much.
I'm going to put the phone down.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Talk about Lynch, babe. Talk about Lynch.
I can't believe it. I've been trying forever to get this done. Are you calling with your own number?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
We're not talking about the case anyway.
yeah, that's not good though, because they took everything from me. Everything. I'm in a cell now.
Yeah, me too. I'm in the cell too now.
Oh God. So I just,
They're playing their games again.
yeah, that's why I wanted you to call someone else's number, because I really have a lot to tell you.
Well, tell me what you can tell me without getting too crazy.
You know what? I'm gonna call back and leave messages.
This call is being recorded. Call is being recorded.
I'll leave messages with her, and you call in with a different number to get those messages. Like,
Okay.
are you calling collect or the calling card?
No, she doesn't have it set up like that. I got a little bit of money on an account I saved for just this purpose.
Okay, so I'm buying other people's minutes so I can use them. So it's like a different name every time I call in.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
now
then
that they're
do it that way.
listening, they know that. So that's not good either.
That's fine. Yeah, so I mean, tell me what you can tell me, but and if you can't, then nothing, hold on to it, if it's good or bad.
No, good. Good. I've sent maybe more than 10 letters since the last court date. I know you haven't gotten them, because I haven't gotten yours. I got one that was
Well,
dated.
there should be I held off on it because CC should have them.
Okay, well, I'm not with her
She's
anymore.
coming in.
I'm not with her
I know,
anymore.
December, and I sent the portrait to that DP.
No, I got the portrait.
No, there's another one coming. That was a sketch.
Okay,
That wasn't the real one. The real one is, hopefully you can have a way to, make it. Is she gonna hold on to everything?
she's gonna just mail. She's gonna mail it to me. So they're still gonna.
Okay, good.
They're still gonna see it, but she's gonna mail it to me. It's just that they're, fat boys using that showing my family, right? I don't want them to see some things that you write. That's why.
Oh, that's what it's showing to them.
Oh yeah, everyone's gonna see it. The whole world's gonna see everything. Chapters, everything.
Well, that's made up shit. That's all made up. Made up shit.
Well, I know, but still.
What's the meaning?
Well, I know, but still. Anyway, these minutes might run out soon, but I just want to tell you, that now, there's going to be other mails coming to your TP, the one that starts with an A, and it's not.
I'm no longer there anymore.
Okay, so you're going to have to give me a name to send stuff to, but not now.
Yeah. I'll take care of that.
Okay.
I got that.
Okay, but I need someone to mail it to, like not your name. So don't, you're gonna have to use when you call in with someone else's pen, leave the name.
Yeah.
Because I have 4 or 5 already here, ready to be sent out, but I'm holding off because I don't know where to send them.
So, in this particular clip, who is this, or who does this call initially appear to be between?
It's Robert Baker and his sister April.
Okay. And who's the third person, the other female on the phone?
Monica Sementilli.
Okay. So again, is this what the next step was that you were describing for us last week, where the defendant and Baker call through a third party, and as we heard, the third party puts down the phone so they can communicate privately?
Correct.
And so, in doing so, we heard them talk about paperwork, that they took. He says they took all your paperwork. What are they referring to?
It's oral.
Letters,
Kites.
jail mail.
Okay. And then we heard the defendant say she's buying other people's minutes. What does that mean?
An inmate can buy phone minutes that are attached to their unique PIN number. And when she buys minutes from another inmate, it's attached to their PIN number.
And you told us last week that each inmate has their own unique PIN
Correct.
number. And so by using someone else's, another inmate's PIN number, then would that indicate who was using those minutes other than the inmate to whom the PIN belongs?
So that's why it's considered a clean number, and it would be associated with that inmate. And unless law enforcement had information that Monica was using that inmate's PIN number, we wouldn't know. In this case, the mistake was that Baker was using his own PIN number, and so we got it through Baker's calls.
Okay. So you wouldn't have been able to trace it back to the defendant, but since Baker wasn't using calling through what they refer to as a clean call. By using his own PIN, you were able to identify and obtain this particular call.
Correct.
All right. And in this particular conversation, did we hear the defendant actually asking him whether or not he's calling in using his own PIN or someone else's?
Yes, we did.
And when he says no, he's using his own, that's when she said that's not good.
Correct.
Okay. What did they consider to be good so that they could potentially trade information that they discussed?
Speculation, conflict.
So rule.
That would be Baker using another inmate's PIN number and Monica using another inmate's PIN number to call into April and talk that way.
Okay. And through their jail mail, did they also attempt to set up times when they would each call in so that they could connect?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And in this particular call, did the defendant also describe multiple letters that she had sent to Baker as well as a sketch, such as the one we saw today?
Yes, I believe she received a sketch from Baker,
Okay.
and that she was holding off. She was holding off on sending her letters until she got a new PP or pen pal from Baker because his had obviously moved.
So again, by using a PP or a pen pal, in this case she says one that starts with an A, is that a similar type scheme to communicate through other inmates' names?
It's exactly the same. It's just one is utilizing it for the phone calls and the other is using it for the mail or the kites.
Okay. And is that what the defendant basically describes towards the end of this call, where she says, I need someone to mail it to, like, not your name?
Yes.
Okay. And then does she tell direct Baker that when he calls in, using another inmate's PIN number, that he should leave the name so that she'll know who to send the mail through?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, babe.
Hi. Hey.
Hey, baby.
Hi. How are you, baby?
Hey, baby. I'm doing great now that I'm hearing you. I'm gonna hear something crazy.
What?
All of me just played on the damn TV. What's the TV we got on the radio?
Oh my
Talk
God.
about uncanny, boy. Talk about uncanny, I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Listen closely. Listen,
Yes.
listen, want to speak fast, okay?
Okay.
I don't know how much time I have left on this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to the store tomorrow, so I got to get more money on the books. Now listen to me carefully. You cannot tell me what you wanted to tell me because once I call this number, they record every number that comes in from this facility. So it doesn't matter what number comes in, they're gonna do that. So don't worry about telling me yet, unless it's something, you know. No, don't. If it's too good, don't tell me anything.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Okay.
if you're calling from someone else's number, it doesn't matter. Because,
No, trust me. Any number that comes in from LA County, they're gonna record it.
no, I know, it'll be recorded, but at
My
least
number.
it's other people talking. It's not us, you know what I mean? They won't, okay, whatever, doesn't matter. I'll try to give you the message somehow, some way.
This call is being recorded.
So do you know, I also told April that, you know, whenever you leave a message, we know how the system, so that way we know that you called.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm working on getting a new number, a clean number. I'm working on it. I mean, I got no resources. I don't talk to nobody, so it's really hard. So, but I'm working on some fresh numbers, and when I do, I'll figure a way how to get the number to you. I have a way in my head. It's complicated. It has to do. It's complicated. I don't know if I got enough time to tell you. And we could do every coded message like this. I'm trying to see if I can get it all out because I've been thinking about it for days, trying to figure out how to do it. Okay. Don't repeat it. Obviously. You know what day we met?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not the month, but the day comes up to one number if you put it together, correct?
Okay, okay.
All right. So that is the number that we add subtract all numbers to. So if I say add 3, you already know what the number is.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm not gonna do it now because I have to give you a formula. The next time we talk, I'm gonna bring a piece of paper and a pencil with you, and I'm gonna run a set of numbers to you just to make sure you got it, and then I'm gonna do an equation, and the equation will let you know we're on the same page.
Okay.
And it'll also give you the phone number.
Okay, I see.
That's why we're half that smart.
Okay.
Because that's
What about where
something
I
only me and you know.
What about where I send mail to? Do you have a...
No, not yet.
Okay. Again, did you recognize the two individuals that were talking directly to one another?
Yes, it was Robert Baker and Monica Sementilli.
Okay. And when Baker says, I don't know how much time I have left on this thing, do you know what what he's referring to?
Yes, it's minutes basically on that card, the card that he's calling from.
And the card that he calls from, where are those purchased within the jail?
They have like a commissary where you can get snacks and phone cards and books and things like that.
And when an inmate purchases a calling card through the commissary within the jail system, again, are those cards specific to an inmate's PIN number so that it will show the individual who owns that PIN number or booking number?
Yes.
Okay. So when we heard Baker saying, listen carefully, you can't tell me what you wanted to because they record every number that comes in from this facility. What is it that he's referring to?
Well, they do. They record every single call, and I think he's being. I don't think he understands the system as much as Monica did.
Sustained.
Does he talk about the fact that all of the calls that are coming in from into the facility, the jail facility, register the phone number from where the calls originate?
Yes.
All right. And so does he talk to the defendant about the fact that if she continues calling from her facility, that the same number will register as an incoming call to the facility?
Yes.
Okay. And then at some point we have him saying if she has anything to say that's good, not to tell him. Is that correct?
Correct.
And does he indicate why that is?
Because they're being recorded.
And then does the defendant indicate that it doesn't matter as long as he's calling from someone else's number?
Yes.
When you call from someone else's number, again, is that referring to an individual's PIN?
Yes.
Okay. And then we heard the defendant saying, it's all recorded, but it's other people talking, it's not us. What does that mean?
So that means if she's calling in on Antoinette's PIN and Robert Baker is calling from Tim's PIN or whichever PIN he uses, that law enforcement wouldn't recognize the voices and would think it was an actual conversation between Tim and Antoinette and not between Monica and Robert Baker.
So in other words, that if a detective such as yourself was trying to obtain all of the calls from a particular defendant or between two defendants charged in the same case, you would request that information based on their booking numbers or PINs.
Yes.
So if you made such a request, you wouldn't receive calls that are made from other inmates' PINs.
Unless we found that person, which in this case sometimes we did, and we could request the calls for that PIN number, we would have no way of knowing that they called each other.
Okay. And then we also heard Baker saying that he and April have a system so that he has a way of knowing when the defendant has called in. What does that mean?
He would call April a lot, a couple times a week, if I remember correctly, and he would say, I'm going to call in at 7, I'm going to call on Wednesday at 7, and so they had this system where she knew that he was going to call in, and a lot of times they would try to coordinate that, just like in this case where they could actually talk together, they could call in at the same time.
You mean the defendant and Baker?
Correct.
So that they could communicate directly, as we just heard in this phone call.
Yes.
And when Baker said, I'm working on getting a new number, a clean number, what is, again, a clean number?
A PIN number unknown to law enforcement that he can use to make calls.
Okay. And then we heard him talking about fresh numbers and using coded messages. In fact, he uses the language coded message.
Yes.
And then he describes a process. What does that mean?
So they had this unique date that was a date to them of when they met.
So rule.
And that was the basis of this numbering system to basically every letter of the alphabet had a numerical value based on that initial date that law enforcement had no way of knowing what that date was that they were using, and that once they cracked that code, then he could send the new PIN number through that code.
Okay. So in other words, being able to conceal the PIN number so that they could secretly communicate that without someone like yourself being able to identify which PIN number they're using.
Objection, Your Honor. That's just repeating the answer of the witness.
So rule.
Correct.
And when he talked about adding and subtracting numbers, was that part of coming up with a code that they could both use to communicate secretly?
Yes.
And when we heard Baker saying he's going to give her a formula, and so bring a piece of paper and a pencil, and he's going to run a set of numbers. Did you also attempt to locate those particular calls?
Yes.
Now, despite being able to locate those calls, did you run into the problem where the inmates' PINs that they used, often those inmates would then be released and they had to resort to finding another PIN so that the number kept changing?
Sustain.
What was the problem once you were able to, in some of these cases, figure out the PIN number they were using? What problems did that then present for you?
A lot of times the inmate left the facility, moved on to another facility, or were released, or I recall occasions overhearing where it was obvious that the real person attached to that PIN wasn't comfortable with the process, with participating in this process.
In other words, that person would initiate the call on one end or the other, usually from the women's jail, and then choose to walk away.
Yes.
Bleeding. Sustain on that ground.
What did you hear regarding the females from the women's jail where the defendant was housed when she would try to initiate some of these calls using the other inmate's PIN?
So rule.
I recall one call where an inmate, I don't remember the inmate's name, called her partner and said, hey, this, I believe she gave the name Antoinette, I don't believe she used the name Monica, is going to call you at this time. She wants to talk to her man, and the person that she was calling, who was on the outside, was actually, was not comfortable with putting this together.
So rule.
When you say on the outside, what does that mean?
Not in custody.
Okay.
So the number that they were calling, it was her girlfriend, if I remember correctly. And the girlfriend, who was not in custody, did not want to be that third person to hook up the calls.
Kind of like what we heard from Howard Lynch eventually when he indicated to Baker that his girl was hitting him up too much and calling on his cell and while he was in court and things of that nature.
Sustain.
That's the same type of scenario we heard with Mr. Lynch on a prior call with Baker, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, on the switch up. You there?
Hi. Love of my life. Oh my God.
Oh, babe. I love you so much.
Oh my God. I have so much to tell you, but you're supposed to call in the way I do.
I can't do it because I just got here. It's been chaos.
I
It's been
heard
chaos.
you
They've been moving me constantly, and I got some letters from a friend of mine yesterday. There was 4 of them.
Okay, is this from AM?
Yeah.
So did you get
from R?
from ER?
BR.
Okay, that's the one you can write to.
All right. In this particular call, again, did you recognize the two voices on this call?
Yes, it was Robert Baker and Monica Sementilli.
Okay, and when we hear Baker say, I can't do it, when she says you're supposed to call in the way she does, what does that mean?
She has a clean pen. She's not using her own pen.
And Baker says, I can't do it because I just got here. What does that mean with respect to where Baker was housed?
Overruled.
He doesn't have any contacts yet at that facility to set up PPs, pen pals,
Clean calls.
clean calls.
And when the defendant says, in response to him saying he got some letters from a friend of his yesterday, there were 4 of them, and she says, okay, was it from AM? What does that mean?
That's reading, and this states the evidence.
It's over.
Just repeating the evidence from what was said.
Excuse me, it's over. No, it's overruled.
What does AM stand for?
I can't remember the last name, but the first name was Antoinette. It was one of the pen pals that Monica used to write to Baker.
So in other words, the system that they set up, in many cases, they were able to communicate by sending letters from particular other inmates, and they're using initials for those people here.
Ask and answer.
Overruled.
Yes.
And then we also saw that on the other side, that kites are being sent back and forth from BR.
Yes.
And they both appear to know the initials of a female and a male inmate that they're using to send mail through.
Yes.
This is probably the place to start.
All right, let's take our noon recess until 1:30. The admin supplies. You'll not discuss this case among yourselves. If anyone else on form expressing opinions of cause, I submit it to you. Have a good lunch. I'll see you at 1:30. Counsel, please remain. We are back on the record. Here is Sementilli. The defendant is present. All counsel present, jury, and also present. Good afternoon. Just to remind you, this Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, we will be recessing at noon, as far as you're concerned. And I got all your employers' phone numbers. Yeah, I won't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you. Detective Roberts is still under oath, and the field may continue.
We're going to go back to the remaining jail calls. There's a couple of things I wanted to clarify with you, Detective Roberts. Earlier, when we spoke about money transfers, I think we only spoke about one particular day. Within that timeline, from January 11th to January 13th of 2017 that we spoke about earlier, did you also note that there were certain online transfers of money, again, between Baker in the San Fernando Valley in California and Austin while he was living in Anchorage, Alaska?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that, please?
Again, the same thing where there's a deposit in the San Fernando Valley, LA area, into Baker's account, and then a withdrawal from the same account in Anchorage, Alaska.
That occurred on the date of January 12th of 2017?
Correct.
One from a deposit into a Chase account and a withdrawal in Alaska from a non-Chase account?
Correct. I should clarify a non-Chase ATM, but the same account.
Thank you. For relatively the same or very close to the same amounts of money on all of these dates where we saw a deposit into the Chase account in the San Fernando and the Valley in California, and withdrawals from ATM machines located in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska.
Your Honor, that's made that to the same amount.
Oh,
Said the same or relatively same amounts. Did you
Yes,
understand that?
if I recall correctly, in that period of the January 12th period, it was roughly $380, I believe, and the airline tickets were roughly around the same price.
Okay. Also, Friday, when we were talking about the use of the encrypted app Viber prior to the murder and the use of changing to the use of a different encrypted app, WhatsApp, after the date of January 23rd, were there any further communications between the defendant and Robert Baker after the date of Fabio Sementilli's murder using Viber?
There were not.
So when you originally said, I think you said something about registration or something of that nature, what you were talking about was the use of Viber stopping after the date of January 20th.
Yeah, I believe I testified that they deactivated their accounts, but I think a better way to say it is they just stopped using them. I'm not quite certain if and when they did actually deactivate or remove the app from their phones.
Okay. All right, Your Honor, if we could resume playing the remaining few jail calls. I believe we're at the top of page 21.
A way we can communicate stuff that we don't want no one to know but us.
Okay,
I have a way to do it.
Give it to.
Okay, so the next time we call, I need to give you a way we can communicate stuff that we don't want no one to know but us.
Okay,
I have a way to do it.
Give it to the message here, and I will call this for you.
No, I will, but listen. 15C or 13C? So anyway, listen. That big? Okay, it's not big. Okay, so listen. Alright. When it comes down to sensitive stuff like numbers and certain letters, I got a way to do it so only you and I know what the hell's going on.
Well, I have that too, but since you already got the mail, I don't need to give it to you, because I had it coded for you.
Okay, alright, cool. Okay. And also, the way I did it was, the way I swear, man, everything is impossible when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Always shit going on. Okay, anyway, since we got it covered, I guess I'll wait. So, I sent a letter off to one of my friends, yesterday.
Okay.
Okay? So, hopefully it'll be on the way.
From you or from someone else? From you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it'll be, it'll be when we do. I'll finish it up. I'll finish it up. I met my lawyers today.
Okay.
Brand new. There are two of them.
Yeah, I heard.
And, so there are two of them. Let me tell you this real quick, babe. I love you. I love you. And know that I love you. And I never want you to be in this shit. You shouldn't be here in the first place. There's no no way she should be, either one of us. Either one of us.
Neither one of us.
So,
This call is being recorded.
but, you know, I'm not gonna say much. I refuse to let you stay in that way.
Okay.
I don't. I'm gonna stay cool.
Talk about
Don't
something
say
else.
nothing.
Yeah, talk about something else. And,
No, I know.
but I do have some, things to share with you. All
Okay,
good
I know.
stuff.
If it's
All
good news,
good
great. I'll
stuff.
just wait.
Yeah, good stuff, and it's also stuff that you have told me before in the past that I refuse to believe,
Yeah.
and it's actually true. So, yeah. So you were right again.
Well, that's pretty good. That was a lot. Huh?
You were right
I'm right
again.
again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff I said.
Well, I know, but
There was a lot of stuff I said.
yeah, I just
Can
I'm
you
saying
kind of narrow it down?
No, I can't. I shouldn't even be talking to you right now. That's why we need to do the thing that we need to do. So,
Okay, well, here's the other part of that. We can't do it calling here. We'll have to do it another way.
yeah, well,
And
okay.
that's why the code will be very important.
Yes, okay.
So that's what I was saying.
This call is being recorded.
The code should be like you said, our special day added together.
No, okay, let's change it because because I got 2 dates in my head and I don't want to get it wrong.
Okay.
I got an easier way to do it.
Okay.
Okay? We both have a mutual friend who has a little dog and lives with his mother.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now you know that in your head, right?
Yeah.
It has a certain amount of letters in the name. That is the magic number.
First and last?
No, just first.
Just the first name. Okay.
And that's the number you use for that. And also to make letters, I have a way of doing it also if we have to make letters. Okay?
Okay, wait a minute.
Well,
We can't do a 3-way call with that person.
No.
This call is being recorded.
Using the name as a number. So if I tell you, if I say the number is let me give you an example. The number is that base, and I say it's 4 plus 4 that you add.
Okay, that's exactly the code I have. Oh my god, it's so funny.
So perfect.
So
That's the number.
So you don't have the number now, is that what you're saying? You don't have the code right now?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so when should I call in for it? When should I call in for it?
I don't know. We should set a weekly time or a specific time to make sure we can stay on steady communication. So
Okay.
what about every Monday? Can you call earlier?
Well, no, because my days change. So one Monday I program in the morning, the next Monday I will be programming in the afternoon. So, for example, this Monday coming will be the morning. Will be 11 something, 11:15.
Okay, so 11:15 Monday.
Yeah.
Will be the next time. Let's try to communicate, and I'll try to. Hopefully, it's really hard for me because I don't have anybody on the outside, so it's really hard for me to do that.
Right.
But I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. So,
Um,
and also for letters.
yeah.
Also for letters, use the same thing, the same system.
Uh-huh.
If I say, first letter of the name minus 4 or plus 4 or 2 or whatever the hell it is, will be that letter. If I'm trying to spell something out, it won't be like a whole letter. It'll be like something really important.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that's
So
what I
what-
have
what
written
is
down
that?
here for my pen pal. I was going to do the same thing, but since you already got it, I don't need to.
Oh wow! Talk about
Yes.
super
I
sync.
had the letter plus the number, like plus our secret number, then a minus our secret number,
Yes.
and the alphabet. Okay,
Right.
so this is our
Right, but
mutual
then
friend,
the
right?
letter.
This is our mutual friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Detective, do you recognize the 2 individuals that were talking during this particular call?
Yes, again, it's Robert Baker and Monica Sementilli.
Okay. And again, did it appear that they were talking about something in particular?
Yes, they were talking about making a code for both numbers and for letters.
Okay. Numbers to call and letters to write.
Correct. Numbers, I think, more importantly, to be able to pass
One of the evidence speaks for itself.
I'll allow this.
pen numbers of pen pals, the numbers for the pen pals.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you need to write this down, okay? I need you to write this down, and then
Go ahead.
you're gonna solve it
Go
and
ahead.
use it right away, okay?
Okay.
Use clean. So +0,
Okay.
-2,
Okay.
+0,
Okay.
+3, -4.
This call is being recorded.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got -4, the last one.
Okay, -2,
Okay.
+2, +1,
Okay. Okay.
-2, -1.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. You there?
Babe, I'm sorry, yeah, it's just the deputies fucking walking around. I need you to solve that and use it right away, okay? And I'm gonna do the same.
What? Like right now?
Yeah, so make sure you use the first name, first word for that, okay?
This call is being recorded.
Just Sandy?
Okay. Let me go over real quick. 0, -2, 0, +3, -4, -2, +2, +1, -2, hang on,
Yes,
-1.
yes.
Okay.
And you're gonna use
Do it
the
right
first name or the first word, okay?
now. Okay.
Use the total number of letters in that first name to do this, and I'm gonna give you a couple minutes, and I'm gonna do the same, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna work. I'm so happy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. On that Joe call again, did you recognize the two individuals speaking?
Yes, again, that's Robert Baker, speaking with Monica Sementilli.
And she's providing him some type of a code.
Yes,
Call.
yes, I believe it's a phone number.
Okay. Thank you.
They have is what you know, you and I already know. And that is what we're on protocol with that. So,
Yeah.
the only thing is, my team tells me that, my team tells me that you're not, your reason is not the same as mine, which doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get that. But I never gave anybody anything.
No, well, the whole racquetball thing, when I crunched you in the hand, I caused you the most,
Yeah, I know that.
there, but I think, because they're saying, he heard it in the door, and I said, well, I don't know, but I know what I did, I know what happened, so,
No, I didn't. I never said anything. I never told them anything. I never told anybody anything.
They're just lying anyways,
I never-
and I don't care.
Yeah, I never told them anything about. I said I got hit. That's what I said. That's the only thing I said. I said I got hit. Had nothing to. I didn't even. Anyway.
And again, Detective, did you recognize the two individuals that we just heard speaking in that last clip?
Yes, it's Monica Sementilli and Robert Baker.
And in terms of this particular call, does this relate to a subject that you came across in several different phone calls?
Yes,
And what does this relate to?
this relates to the explanation for how Robert Baker's DNA ended up in Monica Sementilli's residence.
Okay.
Did I tell you that I love you?
Thank you so much. I can't tell you. I'm trying to call you like almost every day.
I'm with you 1,000% there till the end.
I know you are.
Okay? You know that.
I got myself
we're going to court.
a little silver ring. Yeah, I got myself a little ring. I want to have a ring finger.
Oh, hey, listen, real quick. If we ever get to the same,
This call is being recorded.
I have a way where I'm going to bring a little contraption where I could put I got a little contraption that I made that I could put a spring over there to you so we can transfer like paperwork, small shit.
Good. Oh, okay, that's good.
Okay.
If
So
they ever put it
I'll
back
bring it
there.
next time.
Yeah, if they ever put it back there.
Huh?
If they ever put
They
it
what?
back
I know they're going to do it. They're going to do it again the next time. I'm sure.
And once again, Detective, did you recognize the two individuals speaking during that clip?
Yes, again, that's Monica Sementilli and Robert Baker.
And what is it that they're talking about regarding a string and a contraption and transferring things back and forth, paperwork?
Robert Baker has got an idea of a way that he can put a kite, basically, on a string and pass it to Monica if and when they're ever put in holding cells next to each other again.
Such as the holding cells in the lockup behind the courtroom when they come to court?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Did I tell you that I love you? I miss you very much.
I miss you too, baby. I talk about you all the time. All the time. I just miss you. Everything. I miss you. I miss cooking you. I miss cooking you. I miss hugging you. I miss listening to you. I miss everything.
I miss you too, baby, very much so. You know, every time I call you, every time I see you, I feel like I'm going to fuck. You know, it's Christmas. You know, I'm all shaved.
Yeah.
And, even for a phone call, my
Me
hair is
too.
done. I'm shaved. And I know you can't see me.
And Detective, did you again recognize the voices?
Yes, again, that's Monica Sementilli and Robert Baker.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
miss you very much.
I miss.
Yeah. Did you talk to the team about that blood at the gym? I thought about it when the time that you hit me.
I think you said yeah, because I think even the investigator went there and everything. I mean, I said everything a million
good.
times over, as clear as I possibly remember and as clear as I possibly know. You know, and I'm not going to lie, so I told them the truth about everything.
So I remember when you hit me and I tried to go through my head which way I went.
Okay. And again, Detective, do you recognize the voices?
Yes, it's Monica Sementilli and Robert Baker.
Discussing the same type of story that we heard in the call just two prior.
Correct.
Oh my God! Oh, by the way, you need to keep calling me because I read somewhere in the story that you called me your namesake. You have to keep calling me that.
Okay.
That was hot. I love that.
Which one was it?
This call is being recorded.
Yes, what else?
Well, both. You call me Mrs. Baker. You call me Mrs.
Okay.
B.
All right.
A couple of times, and that was like super over beyond.
So we have earned each other, beyond.
We sure have.
Okay. And in that last jail call, once again, did you recognize the voices?
Yes, Monica Sementilli and Robert Baker.
Please collect all the transcripts.
Yes. At a time during when you were responsible for the investigation of this case, did you make an appointment for the defense team to review any evidence down at the Central Property Division?
Yes.
Did you also meet with the defense team in my offices across the street at the Hall of Justice
Objection, this is irrelevant.
Let me hear the question, I'll rule on it.
in February of 2023 and allow them to go through your entire hard drive with respect to all reports on this case?
Overruled.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have no further questions as to this area.
All right. We discussed interrupting the testimony at another time. I want to leave this up to you, Mr. Levine.
Yes.
You can either cross-examine now, or you can wait until the entire testimony is done.
I prefer waiting until she's through with all the direct testimony.
This is it, with that in mind. Understand? Well, let me see this so far.